Hello, children. Good morning. I am Tulasi Padma. I am running a school, Sri Sai Sarvani Vidyapith. With more than 30 years of teaching experience in maths, I have started taking video lessons and uploading it in YouTube right from 6th to 10th classes. Previously, I started 1 month back. Previously, I did with 6th, 7th, and 10th. And from today onwards, I'm doing even 8th and 9th. So, we'll start with the 9th children. I hope you will understand my teaching. And first of all, the feeling that in your mind that maths is a tough subject, please remove this, children. Maths is not at all a tough subject. If you know the concept well, if you know the basics well, just a little bit concentration if you do and good practice if you do, maths is the easiest subject. And if you learn that properly, children, definitely you can have a good grip with the other subjects also. So all the best to you, children. So before starting my topic, I have developed a habit of teaching a proverb and then start my class. So a small proverb that I have selected today, children, that is, courtesy is contagious. The meaning of courtesy and the meaning of contagious, first let us see. Contagious means what, children? Contagious is spreading ones. Usually we use it for disease. Means they spread how? By physical contact. Like you have got even cough, cold, fever, and pretty well about corona. If the people comes in contact with each other or they stay very nearby also, that viruses will spread. So that is the word courteous. That is this one contagious we use for that purpose. But what is the first one that we have talked about? Courtesy. Courtesy is a positive meaning, children. When you are talking about this word contagious, which is usually we talk about the diseases, that is, we feel that it is a negative case, but courtesy is a positive one. What is this, children? Being polite with the others and being good to the others, generous to the others. That is called courtesy. That means what? Understanding others' feelings, understanding how the others are suffering also, and doing whatever you can do, showing that courtesy for them. That is also just like how contagious diseases spread from one another, even this nature of this courtesy spreads from one another. That is from one individual to another individual. So develop that habit, children. Everywhere around you, you see a happy environment and a healthy society. Let us come back to our studies, children. The first topic in Telangana state syllabus, 9th class, the first topic in maths is real numbers. So, what are real numbers? We are going to discuss introduction. In real numbers, first we know let us talk about our number systems. What are the number systems you have learned so far? The first one is what, children? Natural numbers. What are these natural numbers? If you write it in a set form 1, 2, 3, 4, so on, will be considered as natural numbers. And these natural numbers are indicated by n. N is the letter which is indicated. Next, whole number. The whole numbers are indicated by W. And what are the whole numbers, children? Whole numbers start with 0, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, so on. Is whole numbers. These are all set forms. You will be understanding it in the next class. Next, third one, integers. Integers are indicated by Z or I. So, what are integers, children? When you are writing integers in set form, integers contain 0, 1, 2, 3, so on, as well as -1, -2, -3, so on. That means integers are positive numbers, negative numbers, including 0. These are integers. Then the fourth one we have talked about in the previous class, rational numbers. These rational numbers are indicated by Q. What are rational numbers, children? A small definition for it. Rational numbers are any P by Q forms where Q is not equal to 0 and P and Q are integers. This is the definition of rational numbers, children. Rational numbers are denoted by Q, any P by Q forms, where P is called numerator, Q is called denominator. Any P by Q form is called rational number, but the particular thing which you have to remember is Q should not be equal to 0. Denominator should not be equal to 0. Why? You have learnt in your previous class. When you cannot divide any number by 0, you don't get any answer. We'll say that it is an undefined term. So, you should not have denominator divided by 0, and P and Q are integers. Means P by Q forms can be positive, can be negative also. Okay. Next. We are now going to talk about the other system, that is irrational number system. Irrational numbers. What are these irrational numbers? Irrational numbers are represented by Q dash. Means what? All the numbers which cannot be expressed in P by Q form. What are irrational numbers means? Irrational numbers, you cannot express them in P by Q form. That kind of numbers are called irrational numbers. In your 9th class children, in your 8th class, I have means you have learnt about what rational numbers contains, natural numbers, rational numbers contains whole numbers, rational numbers contain integers, and all these are there in rational numbers. Means what? Negative are there, positive are there, 0 are there. So if you take as just a number 4, 4 is a rational number, natural number, but you can consider it as a rational number also. How? 4 means what? 4 by 1. So you can write all these in P by Q form, but there are certain numbers which you cannot write in P by Q form. What are they? Example I will tell. √2, √3, pi, 22 by 7 is there, pi, etc. These are all the definitions for irrational numbers, children. So, rational, irrational, all these numbers. Irrational numbers, another part what you have to do is, these are neither terminating. Irrational numbers are irrational numbers. Irrational numbers are neither terminating nor repeating. Neither terminating nor repeating. What is the meaning of it? Any division, when you are dividing it in long way, either you will be getting 0 at the end or some number you will get it. If 0 is there, we say that it is a terminating decimal. Or you say that it is the division is getting terminated. But irrational numbers you cannot find like that. And the next thing is, when you are finding out the quotient, the answer for a division, you will be ending with either a whole number or a decimal part. But definitely when you are getting 0 in the sense, there will be some and for that quotient. But here, in this case, there won't be any end. Like 1.454545, so on, like that, you will be getting. So, or 1.45 and then 3, 4, 5, then 2, 3, 4, 5, like that you will be getting. Means no repeating. 1.4545 so on, you can write it in P by Q form. You have learnt. So that also can be considered as a rational number only. But if you have an example of non-terminating, what you will say, suppose 0.14, 124, 1, 2, 3, 4, so on it will be. If it is like this, you will be getting that the number is repeating like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that. You may get. So you can write, otherwise for your convenience, 1, 4, I'll write it like this, 1, 4, 0.145 and 0.1456. It goes on like this. These are all not different numbers, children. If you write only one number, here as an example, if you write this as 0.14, 145, 1456, 14567, so on. This is what is called non-terminating. Non-terminating means remainder is not 0. Non-repeating. Non-repeat. The solution for irrational numbers are neither terminating. You don't get terminating, that is, the denominator is remainder will never be 0, and non-repeating, this will not be repeated. Repeating ones, what you will be getting, children? If you have 0.14, 14, 14, so on, you can write it as 0.14 bar. If you write like this, you can convert it into P by Q form. When you can convert it into P by Q form, it becomes a rational number. But irrational number is not like that. It continues like that. There is no end. So all the irrational numbers will not be having 0 in the remainder. You will never get 0. That is, it will never be terminating, and it is non-repeating. It will not get the repeating. Repeating means this. 1, 4, 1, 4, 1, 4, you are getting repeating. Here 1, 4, 1, 4, 5, 1, 4, 5, 6, 1, 4, 5, 6, 7. It goes on like that when you are dividing the number. So this is about a small introduction about irrational numbers, that is real numbers, children. I will give you a small picture for it, how to represent. First you copy this. Now, how will you represent these numbers pictorially? Means when you go to 10th class, you will understand it is about Venn diagram. How will you represent? Suppose you have got a box like this. You will be calling it as universal box for earlier. Afterwards, you will understand. See, natural numbers. Natural numbers are there in whole numbers. Whole numbers are there in integers. Integers are also there in rational numbers. So our children, all these are considered as containing the same elements, whole numbers with something extra. Outside circle for natural number means whole numbers are having all natural numbers with something extra. Integers are having whole numbers, natural numbers with something extra. Rational numbers are having integers, whole numbers, natural numbers with something extra. Apart from this, in another set form, you will be writing Q dash, irrational numbers. So rational numbers and irrational numbers put together, you will be calling them as real numbers. So pictorially, if you want to represent, you can represent real numbers like this, children. Real numbers contains rational numbers as well as irrational numbers. Rational numbers means, once again, you can talk about natural, whole, integers. All these put together and rational numbers. So all this will put together, we are calling it as rational numbers. And irrational numbers, definitely they are totally different from this because they don't terminate, they don't repeat. You cannot write it in P by Q form. So those are irrational numbers. So you can represent them in this form. I hope you have followed this now. Just write down this. Next. we will see the next part. What is there in your textbook? You have got in page 3, example 1. These are all representing, example 1, representing the rational numbers. The question is, represent 5 by 3 and minus 5 by 3 on the number line. This is the question. You have to represent 5 by 3 and minus 5 by 3 on the number line. How will you do this, children? You know pretty well about the number line. So you can start with 0. When you are asked to represent these values, you need to divide the each unit as 3 parts, whatever is given in the denominator. Denominator 3. See, after 0, I will get first number. So I am writing little bit away. Why? I have to divide it into 3 parts. 1, 2, 3. 3 equal parts. So this is 1. So what is this part, children? 1 by 3. I have divided 3 parts now. This is 1 part. This is 2 by 3. And this is actually 3 by 3. 3 by 3 means 1 only, no? Next, I need 5 by 3. So I need some more number. So I have to take second number also. And I should divide it again 3 parts. So if it is 3 by 3, this becomes 4 by 3. This becomes 5 by 3. Then this is actually 6 by 3. 6 by 3 means 3 2s are 6, you are getting 2. So you have represented 5 by 3 on the number line. Now same way, negative. Negative means left side of 0. So I'll take 1, I divide it into 3 parts. So this is minus 1, minus 1 by 3, minus 2 by 3, minus 3 by 3 it is. That is minus 1. But I want minus 5. So I need one more number, minus 2. So this is minus 3 by 3 I wrote now, minus 4 by 3, minus 5 by 3. This becomes minus 6 by 3. Minus 6 by 3 is 2. So minus 5 by 3 is here. So you have represented 5 by 3 and minus 5 by 3 on the number line in this way, children. I hope you have understood what I said. Copy it. Now, the next part, what is given to you. The next part again, you have got, do this sums, children, in the same page 3. Do this sums. So let us see. The first one, represent minus 3 by 4 on the number line. You have to represent minus 3 by 4. So earlier you have positive and negative. Here only negative, so I am taking 0 here. The denominator is 4. That means I should make this minus 1 into 4 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is minus 1 by 4, minus 2 by 4, minus 3 by 4, minus, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. I have to end it here only, children. Minus 1 means minus 4 by 4. Okay, so I have divided 0 to 1 into 1, 2, 3, 4 parts. Out of these 4 parts, each one minus 1 by 4, minus 2 by 4, minus 3 by 4, minus 4 by 4. So what I need to do? I have to find minus 3 by 4. This I have represented on the number line. So the main content of this sums representing is what, children? You concentrate on what is the value of denominator and you have to divide that 0 and 1 to so many parts. Then that you have to write the values. Here they have given minus, so I have taken negative side. Positive means you have to take the other side. This is the first one. And the second one, write 0, 7 and then 10 minus 4 in P by Q form. So let me write the P by Q forms. 0 means I can write 0 by 1, or this can also be written as 0 by 2, 0 by 3, anything let me write. It is 0 only. 7. 7 can be written as 7 by 1 or 14 by 2. So that 2 ones are 2 sevens are 21 by 3. 3 sevens are, so on you can write. Next, 10. 10 you can write it as 10 by 1. This can be 20 by 2. This can be 30 by 3. So on you can write the P by Q forms. Minus 4 by 1. For minus 4 can be written as minus 4 by 1, minus 8 by 2, minus 12 by 3. It goes on like this, children. This is how you can represent. Means what? This is the simplest form of these values. Okay. So I hope you have followed, children. They are asking you to write P by Q form of the given numbers. I have written like it. There is no end for it, children, because anything when you simplify, you are going to get this. Now, copy this. There is a tricky question, children. This third one. Guess the number. You can just play it with your friends. What is the guess the number? See, suppose you have asked a person to guess the numbers between a number between 0 and 100. He will guess. You ask him some questions. He is asking you to ask the questions in the problem. What is that they said? Your friend chooses. See, your friend chooses an integer between 0 and 100. You have to find out that number by asking questions, but your friend can answer only yes or no. What strategy would you follow? This you can do it, children, if you have a thorough knowledge about the numbers and the number systems. So it's a small question, children, but see how well you can easily understand this. Suppose the number selected by your friend is 73. What is the first question? Is it lies between your question? You say 1 to 100, the person says no. 1 to 10, he says no. 10 to 20, he says no. 20 to 30, he says no. 30 to 40, he says no. 40 to 50, he says no. 50 to 60, he says no. 60 to 70, even that he says no. And if you ask 70 to 80, then he says yes. What did you do? First it is the digits are between 0 to 100 now. So you have made them as a 10, 10, 10, 10 as group. Is it lying between 0 to 1 to 10? He said no. 10 to 20? No. 20 to 30? No. 30 to 40? No. 40 to 50? No. 50 to 60? No. 60 to 70 also no. 70 to 80 he said yes. That means you have come to know that the number lies between 70 and 80. Next question. Is it even and even number or not? So he will be saying what is the answer he will give. Is it an even number or not? He will say that it is. He has okay. The question, is it an even number? You say just a question because yes or no answers no. Is it an even number? even number? He'll say the answer, no. That means it is not an even number. That means you have come to know that it is an odd number. Odd numbers are what, children? When you talk about odd numbers, what you can say? Odd numbers are prime you have. So, is it a prime? Is it a prime? Prime number? You can ask this question. He will say yes. If he says yes, the fourth question is, first you identify what are the prime numbers that you have got between 70 and 80. That is 71, 73, you have 75, 79. These are even prime numbers, children. If these are prime numbers, you will be asking, you have understood that. Then what you say, is it less than 70? 75 also, you cannot write it as a prime number, children. 75 is not a prime number. So 71, 73, 79. You can write the next one, 79. Is it less than 75? You write. You ask. Is it less than 75? He'll say the answer is yes. If it is less than 75, yes. Next, is it greater than 71? For that also, he will say yes. Then you can guess the number. What is this, children? Less than 79, greater than 71 is 73. So you have come to the conclusion that 73 is the number. So I hope you have understood, children, how you can guess the answer by having a knowledge. You should have a thorough knowledge about even numbers. You should have a thorough knowledge about prime numbers, and you should know what are the prime numbers in between the numbers so that you can write it. I hope you have understood, children. With this, I'll conclude my part, children, today. In the next class, I will be taking your next